Hey, how there? G'day, YouTubers. This is another episode of Jazer Aussie Crazed Vodcast. Great to see that you're watching, you're glued in. If you're not, and you're pretty oblivious to this recording, then I'm sorry. Then I don't know why you want to actually want to watch anything this in the first place. It's my own personal opinion, communist podcast. So I'm in it. I'm irreverent. So don't mess it. Well, I'd just like to clarify something that was said in the third episode, inadvertently during the second part, that I said it was episode 4, but I forgot to mention it was episode 3. As I said in the first part, but it wasn't enumerated in the second part. So, mass apologies to everyone who got bit congested to knowing it was 2 episodes or just the 1 episode, but also 1 episode or no. So don't feel detested that this is another episode of 4 and I'll make another irreparable mistake because I'm not. Okay, so what will I be viewing today in this episode of the podcast? Well, I've got a few things to say, things that are not that cheery or very innocent, but has to be said. I'm not at all impressed or that very implicit that a journalist with high integrity or any kind of integrity that comments may have can put such a recent deteriorate such wild such timid accusations against a minority just for the basis of not agreeing to what they're doing in their personal lives. And this is in relation to the article that Miranda Devine has kind of student onto the Daily Telegraph in regards to the Honourable Penny Wong, who is our government's federal minister for the coalition Labour Greens government, and her brilliant response is do not have a baby if you're a same-sex couple because it would damage the fabrics of the family, and how it came to materialize throughout the centuries, how it's disintegrated over the last 50 years. So I'm not going to break down the article into different fragments because I'll be talking probably for over half an hour, and I did not waste time because there's a limit to how long you can talk on here, and that happens to be over 15 minutes. So I'll just go with the vulgarities and the simplicities. Miranda, you got this all wrong. This is not. We're not here to infiltrate the institution and the factions of family and marriage, and the insinuance of what a relationship can be. That's not how we roll. That's not how we instrumentalize ourselves within this world, within this century, within this society which we happen to be embedded to when we were born, right at that immaculate time of conception to the birth, to the immovable birth of life, and when you take your first breath. I actually recommend Wong and her partner for speaking publicly on their good news, and I highly congratulate them for the upcoming arrival. I hope in many joys, lots of love, and um, oblivion, so much vastness to know that a child can bring so much into your lives, and really know that their version, they really change your perception of what life is for you and what it is around you. So I'm just gonna say that Divine, Divine, Undivine. It's so impertinent that it's not really that divine at all. So I'm just going to say, do not always listen or read what you see in these columns because they're so oblivious and so enriched to what they really interpret or what they insinuate to certain aspects of life and how it's going within the current events are ruining or are completely obliterating certain parts of the world, like what's happening in London with the riots and the unscrupulous economic crunch that is occurring from many parts of Europe and the United States. So don't use those preempted misconceptions when you're proving a point or an argument, which may not have any clout or merit to what you're trying to infuriate or trying to state to your consumers, to your viewers, to your fans. Because you're always going to get burned, you are going to get crushed, and you are going to get vilified as a completely nutter who just doesn't know what she's on about. And it doesn't matter about your beliefs, if it's spiritual or fundamental or conservative or unorthodox. It doesn't matter what someone wants to have a child. Everyone deserves to have to live their life any way they want. They want to have kids, they should have kids, whether it's done naturally or through artificial insemination, IVF, sperm donating. Just go how your gut is penetrating. Go how it's speaking to you. Listen to what your head's telling you. Don't listen to the unscrupulous tossant that has been spewed by the irreverent white screened renderings or mongrels who use the paper to justify the means or ends or incompetence. And there are no vendettas, there's no agenda. We just want to be able to show that despite your sexuality or your gender, you can announce your pending engagement or your pregnancy or even your marriage into the newspaper or even online or through Twitter or Facebook, as many have done irreverently over the last few years. I myself have having to put in a good printed announcement or two, very pregnant and quite influential to what I'm feeling, because I'm going to be going to the Pride of Australia War Ceremony next Wednesday. But enough about that. Let's roll this on or rub it out to a formidable conclusion. Miranda, you have no intuition to criticize one or her partner of having a child, whether they be lesbian, straight, or other kind of indiscriminate label, or kind of a standardized label, which many stereotypically announce on you because it makes them feel they're inferior, that they know what you're going through and you know that you are different. So don't be so returnable and so constrained and so narrow, so irresolute to not knowing what's going on, because that is not what we're trying to do here. We're trying to show fair balance in the media, and we're showing fair reporting in any of the congeners of what a family is or what it happens to be. So just stop spewing all this invigorous muck and just look at the bigger picture. Don't use your faith to construe what could be a very a miraculous, a very enjoyable occasion, and a very miraculous moment in anyone's life. So stay dejected, and do not go for any of the constituent lies, because you end up getting spitted and you will get vilified, as I've said before. Alright then, I guess that's it for me. If you want to watch my other previous podcast episodes, you can look for my channel, which you can find at Jazer Aussie Crazed. Just put it after you put down youtube.com/, and you should get a complete compelling incitement into what goes through my own head. Alright then, so I guess that's it for me. Sorry about the reflection of my glasses that can't be altered, it can't be fixed. I'll see if we get another angle to film this next time I do this podcast. So take care. Enjoy it. Anyone having any children, be happy, be merry, because it's going to be a great moment after the first few months before they start wailing and aching and so crying. Then you're thinking, oh, why do I feel like having this rut around my life in the first place? Right? Take care and catch ya.